The book that I have chose to do a book talk on today is A Prairie Alphabet, which is written by Joe Bannatyne Coognit and illustrated by Yvette Moore. Both the author and the illustrator grew up on the prairies and then raised their families on the prairies, so they have extensive knowledge of what happens in the prairies. This book would be an excellent read aloud for students in grades 1 to 3. Each page has the letter of the alphabet that will be discussed, and many words used in the sentence contain the letter of the alphabet being discussed. Another reason A Prairie Alphabet is a good fit for grades 1 to 3 is that each page contains a minimal amount of text and is accompanied by realistic illustrations that keep the reader's attention. This book would be a good independent read for students in grades 4 and 5 and would allow them to make a connection to their social studies curriculum. A Prairie Alphabet addresses the issue of regional identity because it is centered completely around the lifestyle of the people who live in the prairies, as well as the prairie culture, which contributes to regional identity. A Prairie Alphabet addresses the issue of regional identity in a variety of ways. One way it does this is by referencing specific events that happen in the prairies, such as attending the agribition every year to show cattle. This provides the opportunity to learn unfamiliar words such as Aberdeen Angus and agribition, and learn about where the agribition takes place and why people would go to the auction to show their Angus. One way this book relates to regional identity is by showing the different things that create the prairie culture. You will see how farming is a major part of the prairie identity. By having several examples of farming in the book, it allows you to see how people who live in different areas value different things and allows you to see how their lives may differ from the life of people in your region. Another way A Prairie Alphabet discusses regional identity is through the detailed illustrations. All of the illustrations represent an aspect of prairie identity, but many of them also include details for you to learn about specific communities or businesses that operate in communities in the prairies. This book will allow you to see what some of the communities in the prairies are named and some of the things that these communities have, such as the co-op and grain elevators. You will see regional identity by learning about some of the things that often happen in the prairies, such as snow dogs. As you read the book, you will learn what a vet on the prairies does and see the tasks the vet does in the prairies are different from a vet in your region because the identity of the prairies is different from your region. You can learn about the different chores that children who live in the prairies have and see that the chores they have to do are part of the regional identity because everyone usually has the same chores, and the chores are centered around the things that help create the regional identity of the prairies. At the end of the book, you will see that there is a more detailed explanation for each letter in the book. These explanations allow you to better understand the identity of the prairies and how simple daily tasks create the identity of the region. Overall, A Prairie Alphabet will give you a detailed understanding of regional identity of people living on the prairies and allow you to make connections to their identity and the identity of your region.